breeds, heals, thinks, repairs, and occasionally complains, sometimes quite loudly. Good evening and welcome to CNC3's Ask the Doctor, the show where medicine meets real life. If you're watching us live tonight, thank you for being here. But if you miss any part of the program, you can catch the rerun this Friday at 11 a.m. and again on Saturday at 11:30 a.m. You can also read more in my weekly Ask the Doctor column, which is published every Friday in the Trinidad Guardian, where we explore these conversations even further. And remember, we're streaming live on Facebook and the CNC3 website. So wherever you are, you're always part of the conversation. This evening, we slow things down, ask better questions, and explore the science behind health, sickness, and the fascinating ways our bodies try to get our attention. Let's start with the doctor's capsule. What makes someone charismatic? Why do some people seem to persuade everyone around them? New research suggests charisma isn't something you're simply born with. It's largely how you communicate. Scientists say three things matter most: your facial expressions, your body language, and your tone of voice. Even small signals like smiling naturally, maintaining eye contact, standing confidently, and speaking clearly may make people seem far more persuasive. So it was a fascinating thing that one study found that simply smiling appropriately made presenters significantly more likely to win investment in business pitches. The encouraging news: charisma can be learnt and practiced. Perhaps I better smile some more. Today marks World Kidney Day, which is a global campaign aimed at raising awareness about kidney health and the prevention of kidney disease. This year's theme is Kidney Health for All, caring for people, protecting the planet. The kidneys may be small, but wow, they perform an extraordinary job. Every day, they filter about 180 liters of blood, removing waste, balancing fluids, and helping regulate blood pressure. Yet, it is often called a silent disease or silent killer because many people do not notice symptoms until significant damage has already occurred. The two leading causes are diabetes and high blood pressure, both of which are common in our region. Doctors say simple steps can protect your kidneys. Just keep your blood pressure and blood sugar under tight control, drink enough water, maintain a healthy weight, and avoid excessive use of painkillers without medical advice. Experts like my good friend from the University of the West Indies, Dr. Neil Bhagwandas, also recommend regular health checks because early detection can prevent kidney failure and the need for dialysis. Further afield, a new report from the American Cancer Society is raising concern about an alarming trend. Colorectal cancer, and March's Awareness Month, is increasingly affecting younger adults. Researchers say it is now the leading cause of cancer death in people under 50, when men and women are combined. While death rates are actually falling amongst persons over 65 years, cases among younger adults are rising by 3% each year. And there may be several factors that contribute to this, including obesity, diets high in processed meats, and of course we're thinking about increasing use of alcohol, lack of physical activity. So researchers are still studying the exact causes. There's definitely an environmental link. One major concern is that younger people are often diagnosed later when the disease is harder to treat. Health experts now recommend that screening for colorectal cancer begin at age 45 in the US, but many people are still not getting tested. It's important to remember that symptoms like rectal bleeding, persistent abdominal pain, or changes in bowel habits should not be ignored, even in younger people. I want to emphasize, when it comes to colorectal cancer, early detection can save lives. Something curious has been happening in Trinidad and Tobago. Ask almost anyone how they're sleeping, and the answer is rarely enthusiastic. "I'm not sleeping good these days." Sounds like a small complaint, but when an entire society begins saying the same thing, it becomes a public health signal. Sleep is one of the most underestimated pillars of health. Doctors often talk about diet, exercise, blood pressure, cholesterol, blood sugar, and sleep quietly sits beneath all of them, holding the system together. Without enough sleep, hormones drift out of balance, appetite increases, blood pressure rises, and concentration fades. And poor sleep over time also contributes to conditions like diabetes, hypertension, and obesity. Modern life makes switching off increasingly difficult. Screens glow late into the night. Phones vibrate with messages and news alerts. And sometimes the soundtrack of the night includes a motorcycle that sounds like it's preparing for takeoff at Piaku. But neuroscience tells us something remarkable. Sleep is not simply rest, it is maintenance. During deep sleep, the brain reorganizes memories, resets hormones, and clears metabolic waste. So think about sleep as the body's nightly repair system. World Sleep Day is Friday, March 13th. A special hello to Gregory Arno and his team at ISD. Health experts like him continue to remind us of a simple but powerful truth. In a world addicted to sleep and constant connection, it may be one of the most important acts of self-care to ensure that you get enough rest. Because a country that cannot sleep is a country that cannot heal. So tonight, after you've looked at Ask the Doctor, turn off the phone, dim the lights, and give your body the one thing it quietly needs most: rest. It's time for a short break, and when we return, the Kiddies capsule is up next.
With the cold and flu lurking around every corner, keeping your immune system strong allows you to live the life that you want every day. Discover BioStrath Immune Health. BioStrath Immune Health is a unique plasmalized yeast product that enhances the absorption of essential micronutrients, ensuring that your body stays resilient. And now enriched with zinc, it is your go-to support for immunity. Staying vibrant and healthy just became a whole lot easier. BioStrath Immune Health. Get what you need naturally.
We are your one-stop, most convenient, most helpful, most caring community pharmacy. Our pharmaceutical services include dispensing medicines, repeat dispensing, clinical governance. But we also have a fully stocked convenience store featuring our refreshment aisle, grocery lane, personal care products, toys, pet supplies. We are most conveniently located out of the traffic, just 2 minutes off the highway in Heartland Plaza, Endeavour, Chaguanas. Contact us on 220-8705 or 470-5938 and visit us soon.
Things don't always go as expected. Be ready with Trinry for auto, home, business and group life. Call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Huge insurance premium. Pay your premiums bit by bit with FlexiPay from Trinry. For more manageable auto, home and commercial insurance payments, call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Trinry. Premier insurance coverage for less.
Ramadan specials at Food Basket, Arima, Chaguanas, Champlain and Gulf View. Goat, 4 pounds for $99. Chana, 5 pounds for $19.95. Delicious dates, $19.95 per pound. Big deal, 1 gallon oil, $59.95. Crown 8 kg rice, $59.95. Green butterfly evaporated milk, 3 for $17.95. 4Z vermicelli, 1600 gram, $24.95. Ramadan specials at Food Basket, Arima, Chaguanas, Champlain and Gulf View.
Welcome back to CNC3's Ask the Doctor. Curiosity often begins early, and the questions children ask about their body may be wonderfully insightful. In this fan-favorite segment, young minds explore the fascinating world of health and science. Sometimes their questions are simple, sometimes surprising, and occasionally they leave the doctors thinking too. Feel free to send in videos of school-aged children discussing health-related themes to Uncle Rajiv at 800 CNC3. Let's have a look at this evening's Kiddies capsule.
Hi, good night. How can we prevent obesity? Limit fats and sugars. Eat more vegetables and fruits. Do regular physical activity. Limit screen time and get enough sleep. I'm Kelsey Liston from Lindo Village Middle School. This was your Kiddies capsule. Have a great night. Bye.
Hey guys, I want to ask you a question. Did you eat lunch today? Because lunch is just about filling your body. It's about filling your body and brain. By the middle of the day, the energy from breakfast starts running low. That's where lunch comes in. A good lunch helps you stay focused. Keep your energy up for the rest of the day. But not just any lunch, try to mix it up. Eat something with protein like chicken and tuna, and cheap foods like rice and bread and pasta. And don't forget fruits or vegetables. Fruits and vegetables give you vitamins. Next time, don't eat snack that doesn't have energy. Build a nice plate. My name is Isabel. My name is Aliza. My name is Amber. We are This is your Kitty Capsule. Bye.
Good evening. Today is about more than just women. It's about every little girl who dared to dream before the world told her no. So to every little girl listening, watching, and wondering if they're good enough, brave enough, strong enough, you are. You always have been. To every girl who's ever been told that's too much or that's not for you, be more, dream bigger, take up space anyway. Because the world has always changed when women decide to rise up. So speak louder, stand taller, lift, guide, and protect other women with you. Not just today, but every day. Happy International Women's Day. I'm Abigail Prudhomme of Saraswati Girls Hindu College, and this is your Kiddies Capsule. Bye.
Good evening. Today I would like to present to you an original poem entitled The Life of a Woman. Every woman's greatest fear is to live unheard, unseen, and scared. But with feminism on the rise, our women today are able to reach the skies. Despite the hardships they have faced, they show us only kindness, care, and grace. With voices bold and hearts that are wise, they rise with hope and reach the skies. Mothers, wives, and goddesses in every way, I call out to wish you a bright and happy International Women's Day. I am Shivani Ramhar from Saraswati Girls Hindu College, and this is your Kiddies Capsule.
And we say a special thank you to all involved for a particularly insightful capsule this evening. It's time for a short break, and when we return, the Medical Minds segment awaits.
Magical Expressions Limited is the largest local importer and distributor of fresh cut stems, offering the widest range of beautiful flowers at the most affordable prices. Call us today at 701-6488 or visit our website to order.
Get a free pair of polarized sunglasses with the purchase of new Gen S Transitions lenses with anti-reflective coating and frames. Selected designer frames now just $4.99 with additional promotions. Hurry, limited time only at Seaview Optical.
At Cruise Inn Hotel and Yachting Center, we're all about time. In fact, once you check in, there's no time to lose. Reconnect with a little family time. Make a splash with some pool time. Spend some treasured quality time, or just immerse yourself in some quiet time. Indulge your senses at dinner time. We even have the perfect venue when it's your celebration time. So it's high time you visit Cruise Inn. Choose our day pass or call 607-4000 to make your dinner or hotel reservations, or to find out more about our event spaces. Take a time out at Cruise Inn Hotel and Yachting Center.
You know, in the past, everyone was treated in a particular way.
Yep.
You have breast cancer, remove the breast, and then go for chemo.
Correct.
You know, and that's not the standard now. Each patient may not need to remove the breast. They may be able to preserve the breast. Some patients may need hormone therapy, some may not. Some may need some additional treatments like chemotherapy or targeted therapy. How would you feel as a woman when someone calls and said the doctor wants to speak to you about your results? Does that lead or triggers a response in you of anxiety?
Panadol's new formula, 5 times faster than other paracetamol brands. There's no time to waste during special moments. When I need fast pain relief, I choose Panadol Rapid. With its new formula and exclusive technology, it's 5 times faster than other paracetamol, giving me effective pain relief. And it's also gentle on my stomach. Because my greatest gift is giving them special moments.
Welcome back to the #1 show for news, views and interviews of all things medical. World Kidney Day is on March 12th, and it reminds us just how vital our kidneys are and how choices we make every day, especially what we eat, can protect them. We're very pleased to welcome no stranger to Ask the Doctor, dietitian Miss Nandini Samuel, who will help us understand how simple dietary choices may make a powerful difference in protecting these valuable organs. Let's have a look.
I'm Nandini Samuel, registered dietitian. Today is World Kidney Day, and as a dietitian, I want to remind you that your daily food choices can play a major role in protecting your kidneys. Our kidneys work hard every single day to balance fluids and regulate minerals in the body and also to filter waste products. So I want to discuss 3 important tips that you should be mindful of when you have kidney disease or even if it is you at risk. So the first important thing is to know your numbers. 2 major causes of kidney disease is diabetes and hypertension. So it's very important to know your blood sugar and pressure readings, especially if you don't test it. Tip number 2, you want to go easy on the salt. Not everything we have to add salt to. So too much sodium could actually increase your blood pressure and put extra strain on the kidneys. So try choosing more fresh or frozen vegetables rather than the canned or processed one. And tip number 3, you want to hydrate and eat balanced meals. So hydration is very important. At least 6 to 8 glasses of water. And of course, balance the meals throughout the day by having some sort of staples, protein and vegetables, preferably high fiber. Try not to use too much oil while cooking. Try to decrease fried foods. And of course, you want to eat on time as well. Lastly, you want to remember that when someone develops kidney disease, there are 5 stages, and nutrition becomes a very important role of management. Yes, it cannot reverse kidney disease, but it can definitely help to manage your symptoms and where you are actually at. So it's important at this point to manage protein, sodium, phosphorus, and potassium. So be sure to reach out to your doctor and your dietitian to guide you so that you don't reach at that stage and it doesn't progress into something or close to dialysis stage. So this World Kidney Day, remember, protecting your kidneys starts with prevention. Know your blood sugar and pressure ranges and make sure that your foods are balanced and can support you. You can reach out to me at 479-2271.
And we say a special thank you to Ms. Samuel for love, service and support. So, you know the drill. 1 question, 1 right answer, and you could be our next lucky winner. Healthy joints, a happy heart, and prizes you love. The giveaway segment with the compliments of Great Health Works is coming up next.
Your immune system is your first line of defense. Discover BioStrath Immune Health. BioStrath Immune Health is enriched with zinc, ensuring that your body stays resilient. BioStrath Immune Health. Get what you need naturally.
My man, Andre.
Good night, Anthony.
7 years with the company, and we couldn't do it without Antoine.
Happy birthday, dear Alejandro. Happy birthday to you.
Who's Angelo?
We're like coworkers who don't forget your name.
I'm Angelo.
CG United. Good like that.
Attention all listeners, are you ready for the ultimate news experience? Introducing the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian, the nation's first and most subscribed newspaper. We deliver where others can't. With the widest delivery network in TNT, you can have the Guardian delivered right to your doorstep or office every single day. Take advantage of our special annual subscription offer so you can stay on top of the leading stories even when you're on the go. Sign up today. Time is running out. Inquire about our 3-month and 6-month packages as well.
Alejandro, you're still alive. Mr. Alejandro! Mrs. Lucia! Mrs. Lucia, come quick, Mr.
Alejandro! My goodness! You're so... Sophia!
Don't miss the gripping drama Cabo. Sundays at 8 p.m. only on CNC3.
Welcome back to CNC3's Ask the Doctor. We're live on Thursday nights with a rerun on Friday at 11 a.m. or Saturday at 11:30 a.m. So it's giveaway time with the compliments of Joseph Sandel and the rest of his magnificent team at Great Health Works. The numbers are on the screen, and we'd love to hear from you with an answer to this question. And there is a medical nature, and I thought it would be relevant in the month of March as we talk about the Ides of March on the 15th of this month. Which Roman leader was famously killed on the Ides of March in 44 BC? And had one of the earliest recorded autopsies, so examination of his body. He was stabbed 23 times, one of which eventually was fatal. I'll give you a hint. It's also the name of a play by William Shakespeare. I believe we have a call already. Good evening and welcome to our show. Hello.
Hi, good night.
Thank you for joining us, sir, and welcome to the giveaway segment as we delve into a bit of medical history. Can you tell us the answer to this question? What Roman leader was involved and he was killed on the Ides of March? The 15th.
I think it's Julius Caesar.
Congratulations, our first caller is the winner, Julius Caesar, and I'm sure that you've read that classic play from Shakespeare.
Correct is right.
Delving into the mind of Brutus. Have you tried these supplements before?
Yes, sir.
And what has been your experience thus far?
So far, so good. It do help a little bit with the inflammatory pains and so on.
Okay, great. And I'm sure that the sponsors of the giveaway would be very pleased to hear. So I'd like you to stay on the line because we want to take some of your personal information off the air. Julius Caesar, the Ides of March, 44 BC, and just some medical tidbits. The first, one of the earliest, I should say, recorded autopsies, stabbed 23 times, one of which eventually was fatal. It's time for a short break, and when we return, we'll have more of your questions and hopefully answers, because the Open Forum is up next.
Ahad One General Store is your trusted destination for tactical gear, accessories, lifestyle items, and more. Step up with tactical boots, protective vests, helmets, explore outdoor gear, utility essentials, and premium Attar perfumes, alongside elegant Islamic wear, jewelry, ornaments. Discover toys, RC vehicles, electronic scooters. Visit us in Charleville, Shogunas, or shop online at ahad1.com. Delivery available. Ahad, more than a store, a lifestyle destination.
Okay, let me see you, Cherry Hill. Yeah, now take it back. Let me see you rock off, shake off. Let me see you rock off. Let me see you kick right. Now step forward, now step back.
Lucozade, bring the energy.
Rock off,
unbeatable taste, new look.
Shake off. Let me see you rock off.
The fact that they ask the questions, those challenging questions that no other media house would ask. So, shed light on those things that are in the dark, those stories that no one else wants to cover. I grew up reading The Guardian, actually. It's a household name.
About The Guardian, one thing that I like, the human interest stories have increased.
See the investigative pieces on the human trafficking. I find that very interesting.
You go more in depth.
On sports, especially local sports, and that's one of my highlights for The Guardian.
Yeah, I've been in Ghana since The Guardian started coming out, started working. I was a newspaper man.
Could the stories that are being covered are well detailed and you get more facts.
Also, I think the editorials, I think they're doing a good job and they're speaking the truth, and you know they're challenging the government to make things better. Me in particular, of recently, the last 2-3 months, I've been reading The Guardian. I'm seeing a lot of news about the neighborhoods and the communities, and I even saw my community featured, and I was proud.
Oh, The Guardian.
The Guardian.
Guardian.
Trinidad
Guardian.
The Guardian.
The Guardian.
Trinidad Guardian.
The Guardian is my first choice.
Welcome back to CNC3's Ask the Doctor. It's time for the open forum with questions of a medical nature. I know you don't want to miss a second of your favorite show, but as a reminder, when you're patched into the studio, listen on your telephone rather than the TV set, because there is a delay that creates confusion. So the phone line's already burning up as we head to South Trinidad, as Princestown has been waiting. Good evening.
Good evening, Doctor.
Thank you for joining us, sir. I recognize that distinguished voice from Princestown.
Yes, Doctor.
It's a pleasure to have you on the air.
I want to once again congratulate and thank you very much for the medical advice that you give to the population on a weekly basis. Your advice is very, very useful and helpful to quite a lot of people, not only in Trinidad and Tobago, but worldwide. I pray that you do continue with this free medical advice. Yes, and I hope that there are other medical practitioners who will do like you are doing. Thank you, Doctor.
You are most welcome, sir, and thank you for the honor and the privilege to be a part of this program and to be in your homes every week. And I look forward to many more years of Ask the Doctor. Once we are able on CNC3, we will broadcast it, or even elsewhere. We won't stop disseminating information to the public. And I've been surprised at the number of persons who say that they set their clock at 8 p.m. on a Thursday. If they happen to miss, or even if they've looked at it live, they try to catch the reruns for little tidbits that would have been missed on the initial viewing. And thank you, and indeed a special hello to all of our international viewers, including my sister in the British Virgin Islands. Never misses an episode of this show. Hello, welcome to Ask the Doctor. Good evening.
Hello, Dr. Joel.
Thank you for being...
This is Mrs. Vivi.
Yes, ma'am, welcome.
How are you? I have been calling you, but to no avail.
Thank you for being part of our show.
I have been having extreme pain in my both palms, and I really don't know how to solve that problem. What do you think is causing that, Doc? And please call me. I would like to talk to you on a very serious issue, yes, privately, but I will not talk about it on the phone.
No problem.
But I want to know what to do about my pain and my both calves is very painful. Could I hear you on the phone?
Certainly, ma'am. Certainly, and thank you. It is a delight to hear once more a very distinguished luminary from South Trinidad, Mrs. Wibby. So there are many reasons for why persons may have calf pain, and I'm not attempting to make a diagnosis in this part of the show, but just to nudge you in the right direction. Sometimes it may be due to muscular causes. Occasionally, persons who have a history of diabetes may find that they have nerve-related pain to the lower limbs. It may be associated associated with burning, numbness, lancing, or pins and needles sensation. That term is neuropathy. If there are circulatory reasons, so problems in the veins or in the arteries of the lower limb, this may also cause pain. Persons who are prescribed statins, and I'm not saying to stop this particular drug to lower your lipids, statins may sometimes cause cramping. If you have an underactive thyroid, certain past medical problems, including immune-mediated disorders. If you have antibodies attacking the nerves or attacking the muscles, it may be associated with cramping. So if you have had a depletion of certain salts, could be another potential cause. So it's just purely to speculate and to hypothesize what might be the reason. It's time to actually do some blood investigations, I think, ranging from your blood sugar, your vitamin B12 level, of course your kidney, liver or thyroid function if not done recently, and of course just to review the drug chart to ensure that there may not be culprits that could be accounting for cramping. And we'll certainly see if we can get in touch for a private call to discuss some personal issues. Thank you very much for taking the time to call in. As we head to the east, Azarima is on the line. Good evening and welcome to our show.
Good evening, Dr. Tilak Singh.
Welcome, ma'am. Thank you for joining us.
I do concur with the gentleman who started off with the this call-in part of the show. Is very important, yes, because there are other doctor shows where they feed you what they want to give you, but at least we get an opportunity to ask the burning questions and issues that are ongoing and no resolution. The first thing I'd like to ask is if you could talk about heel spurs.
Yes, ma'am.
And the second thing is that I have found I had at least 4 known times that I contracted dengue fever and chickpea one other time. And even after got infected with COVID, what I noticed is that I don't feel feverish to the touch, and it may not show up on a thermometer, but I know I have fever, especially when my blood pressure seems to go up. Somebody talked about internal fever. I don't know if there's anything like that, but I believe I could be misdiagnosed if I go in with very high pressure, and really it's fever that should be tackled. Thanks very much.
And you're most welcome, and thank you for your kind words, and indeed love, support and prayers from all of our viewers. And your questions are most insightful, because sometimes persons may get multiple infections with these viruses, whether it's due to COVID. We know that viruses mutate. That's what they do, because it increases the chance that they can spread from one host to the next. So if you've been infected with COVID, you may find that there may be multiple or repeated infections. Similarly, there are 4 serotypes or strains of the dengue virus, and all 4 circulate locally. In fact, the term that we use is dengue is hyper-endemic in this country, that it's always present at a certain level. And chickpea has been surging. It's a virus which is also spread by the same vector that transmits dengue, and that mosquito is found throughout the country. Particularly, we always say, get rid of breeding sites. Try to eliminate those zones which will encourage the proliferation of the Aedes aegypti mosquito. And it's a restless feeder. So you can get more than one infection, and these induce an antibody response. And sometimes if you have subsequent infections, it's almost like an intense inflammatory cascade that occurs within the person. If you've had a fluctuating fever, if you've had sometimes just this sensation of warmth, your doctor will definitely want to consider doing blood investigations. Sometimes we send persons for what is called a blood culture to determine if it grows any types of bacteria or germs, a urine culture. As part of the routine physical examination, if there is a heart murmur, the doctor may want to determine if there are infections in the heart valves, because these linger and sometimes may go undetected for lengthy periods. There are immune-mediated problems, and the quintessential example of this is lupus. Doctors may want to consider doing blood tests for that. Is the thyroid normal? So we're just speculating about some potential reasons why people discuss the so-called inside fever. Whether or not it is a real problem is debatable, but usually it may be associated with chills, perhaps trembling, and there have been people after ostensibly recovering from COVID who have lingering long COVID problems since 2020, and a feverish sort of feeling or sensation is often associated with joint pain, weakness, and lethargy. So it's difficult to say what might be happening, but if you've had multiple infections, is there an abnormal immune response? Would you be battling something that warrants further workup by your physician? And of course, is there another cause for your symptoms? And your question with respect to heel spurs is very valuable because it's a frequent cause for persons seeking medical attention. It may be associated with pain to the feet, particularly around the heel, and sometimes there may be inflammation to that pad, and that is a separate cause called plantar fasciitis. Persons who stand for lengthy periods, particularly if you're fit and active, may find that they eventually develop this problem called a heel spur. Have a chat with your doctor about whether an inner sole may help with symptoms, basic anti-inflammatories, sometimes physiotherapy, or considering even a chat with your friendly podiatrist. Birthday blessings to Mrs. Ann Limmer in San Fernando, who celebrates a special day incidentally on March 12th, and even a corticosteroid injection. The physician may consider sending for an x-ray of the heel, and eventually, if the primary care doctor is not comfortable, a referral to an orthopedic surgeon who's a specialist dealing in muscles, bones and joints would be warranted. So 2 superb questions. Thank you for being part of our program. As we head to central Trinidad, as Kuva has been waiting, thank you for doing so, and good evening. Hello? Welcome to Ask the Doctor. Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you.
A very long time I visit you, but as I get older, I notice something.
Yes,
I have real problems to sleep if I don't take this tablet we call Rivotril.
Yes,
I cannot sleep whole night. I just can't sleep. If I take a sleeping tablet, I cannot sleep. And the only sleeping tablet making me sleep is the Rivotril. I buy all kind of things. I try all kind of push, sours up, all kind of things. And right now, my eyes just be burning me.
Yes,
and if I go in that bed and lie down, I can't sleep. I don't know what could be causing this problem, Doc.
Yes. And thank you for taking the time to call in on a very vexing clinical conundrum. How can we deal with insomnia? In fact, my article in The Guardian tomorrow is on the country that cannot sleep, as we stand on the threshold of World Sleep Day on the 13th of March. And it involves sometimes changes to the chemicals in the brain. And many persons try a plethora of herbal remedies without relief, whether we're talking about some of these various sleep aids to prescription drugs. And you mentioned one. The danger, of course, is the potential for tolerance. The body becomes almost accustomed to these drugs, and it may be associated with side effects too. Have a chat with your doctor about certain changes that you may be able to make at the home that may be worsening your insomnia or problem sleeping. Sometimes stress, anxiety, and depression may manifest with sleep disturbances. So you may want to examine whether you're having problems with your appetite, changes to memory, a reduced level of interest in things that used to accrue pleasure. So are you having a reduced self-esteem, feelings of hopelessness, helplessness, and worthlessness, in addition to these sleep problems? Frequently, stress, anxiety, and depression, those are not lone wolves, and they may present with difficulty sleeping. Of course, we discuss sometimes sleep hygiene, that you don't want to be texting too late at night because the blue light in the phone may cause problems such as insomnia, and trying to eliminate toxic items, sometimes shows, programs before you sleep. Sometimes toxic people may worsen your stress levels. Avoiding caffeine too late at night, looking at your medication prescription to determine whether insomnia or problem sleeping may be a side effect of such. And some people find prayer, meditation, listening to gentle music, and of course ensuring that the room is at an appropriate temperature and dark enough to ensure that you get enough rest would all help. So there are some non-drug ways to assist with sleep, but if depression or anxiety is lurking in the background, this can be treated with a separate medication. And it's very much within the remit of your primary care or personal doctor, and if necessary, to consider referral to a psychiatrist. It's not that there is necessarily a mental illness, but there are medications that may assist with getting enough rest. Turn off your phone at an appropriate time and try to rest. Thank you very much for taking the time to be a part of the Open Forum. It's time for a quick break, and when we return, there'll be more of your questions. Stay with us.
Alejandro, you're still alive.
Mr. Alejandro! Mrs. Lucia! Mrs. Lucia, come quick, Mr.
Alejandro! My goodness! You're so... Sophia!
Don't miss the gripping drama Cabo. Sundays at 8 p.m. only on CNC3.
This town isn't as safe as it used to be. You remember that laundromat that burnt down? We offered protection, but they refused.
So you're telling me that if I pay you, you'll protect me from... Gentlemen, I think you've been watching too many cheap American soaps.
Westwood Park, Saturdays at 7:30 p.m. only on CNC3.
Welcome back to the Open Forum of CNC3's Ask the Doctor. The phone lines are burning up, and we head to our friend from Morvar. Good evening and welcome to our show.
Good evening. I've been watching you for a while. I said God's blessings to you.
Thank you.
You helping, you're directing people.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks for taking the call.
Yes.
I want to find out about, I have a problem which is a blood issue problem. I did the DNC or the DNC, or whatever it is called it.
Yes,
I am 75 years old. Okay. And now I'm getting a recurring thing coming back.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
Yes, now I'm getting a recurring problem coming back. So I want to know what direction. I have an idea what direction, but I want you to say what you think.
And thank you so much for your kind words. And indeed, you sound so much younger than 75. And whenever you're having bleeding, and post-menopausal bleeding in particular, one must be vigilant. I'm glad that you have done dilatation and curettage for the sake of our viewers, shortened to a DNC, which involves the examination of some of the tissues underneath the microscope. And I'm assuming that your gynecologist or the clinic at Port of Spain General would have considered a pap smear and perhaps a scan, a CT scan of the pelvic area to determine whether or not further testing is warranted. So if you continue to have recurrent bleeding, perhaps there may be inflammation associated with aging to the tissues in the genital region, but a CT scan would be able to examine the womb, the ovaries, and that pelvic floor to see whether or not further testing is needed. Basic blood tests are always on the cards, ranging from your full blood count to your kidney, liver, I always mention the thyroid function, and perhaps it's time in 2026 to have a basic screen for problems like blood sugar and cholesterol, ensuring that you remain in optimum health. So if you are not part of the gynecology clinic, I would recommend that you have a chat with your primary care doctor about a referral to such, or even a specialist privately, to chart that course forward. And many women find that eventually a surgical intervention may be needed for further testing to determine the exact cause. So it may be relatively innocuous, there may be no problem, but we'd want to ensure that any woman in that post-menopausal phase who has an issue of blood excludes anything major. As our final caller for this evening hails from Arima, good evening and welcome to our show.
Hi, good night, doctor.
Thank you.
This is Michelle.
Welcome.
Just want to make a suggestion because I don't follow or I don't be on at this time because I'm normally at Premitech.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if you've ever spoken about worms for the public to worm, because worming causes a lot of diseases and illnesses, including cancer. So this is just my suggestion for future because I've done my research and I've been rather alarmed at the things that, you know, it can cause. And I did not even know that there are 12 worms that exist in our bodies. I'm like, Jesus, that's plenty. So we need to do worming regularly.
And
So
thank you very much. And thank you. You're most welcome. It is a pleasure to have you as part of our program. And it's a reminder that perhaps the lost art of deworming is something that we should bring into the front burner because especially with persons who like to consume raw fish in the forms of sushi, and if you have been imbibing water that may be tainted, you would want to consider whether a drop in your blood count. Sometimes persons may find that they actually see worms in stools, or they may be itching to the rectal region, and this could be clues that that persons are having a low level of iron. It has been said that decades ago in the West Indies, the commonest cause of having an iron deficiency anemia used to be hookworm infestation. Now it is due to, of course, bleeding from the pelvic region. And if you have a man who has a low level of iron, or a woman in the post-menopausal phase with a low blood count, you would want to consider sending for a colonoscopy. As part of the opening salvo, we mentioned that this is becoming the fastest growing area for cancer in younger persons under 50, the colorectal region. So thank you once more for bringing that to the forefront, doing your basic blood investigations, and even considering sending a sample of stool for microscopic evaluation would be on the cards if you're considering infestation with this particular parasite. I'm not sure if we have time for one more call, but if we do, it is a reminder that we are live on Thursdays, but if you're watching on a Friday, it's a rerun at 11 a.m. or Saturday at 11:30 a.m. And indeed, our friend from Arima, it was an honor to have you as part of our program. So if you happen to miss it during your prayer session, there are reruns available. Parting is always such sweet sorrow when it comes to Ask the Doctor. And thank you once more for all of the positive feedback, the messages, the love and support that we continue to receive on this program. Our closing quote is from the French Nobel Prize winner, André Gide. "It is better to be hated for what you are than to be loved for what you are not." In other words, living honestly, being true to who you are, is far more valuable than pretending to be someone else, simply to gain approval. When people admire a false version of us, that admiration is fragile, but authenticity brings something much deeper: integrity and self-respect. Thank you for trusting me to walk beside you each week. in your homes and in your hearts. To my team behind the lens, to the incredible Neela and baby Daniel, and to you, our viewers, stay strong, stay curious, and never stop choosing kindness. Rest, reflect, and love deeply. God bless you. We'll see you next week on Ask the Doctor.
You're watching CNC3.